Wait. What if all the above ground data centers are there to power all the underground cities and bunkers? That's a thought. That's a big thought because we know they've got things underground where they can live. Wait.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem HaKadash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone. Peace, salutations for the hopeful elect. Peace to the 144,000 out there. This is Tyler Doc from the GMS Los Angeles. Can't come back with another video. So I showed you the clip with Gina talking about them AI data centers, right? And she came up on, like an interesting theory. Maybe all them data centers is powering up those underground cities where the elite's gonna be hiding, okay? And top of that, with the 15-minute cities, that's gonna be all around here, right? Because they really pushing that digital ID, okay? Prince Charles over there in London, in the UK, is pushing for that digital ID. So everybody's playing their role right now. And it's a matter of time this digital ID is gonna be pushed here in America, which is gonna lead to, that's why they have their 2030 plan. And we're not stupid here, man. We see everything's falling in place. Why? Because we're reading the #1 playbook. It's called the Bible, right? I had this jackass over here in the Inland Empire. He said, oh, y'all read a book and everything, y'all follow your masters, man, and this and that. Well, we do have a master. That's Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. What do you have? You have nothing. You have Esau Edom, which is your master. So what the hell you saying, man? Okay? So, I can see it from now, they're going to start pushing laws, because there's going to be more water droughts. And you got the summer coming. So they're going to use the summer season in California, in the West Coast, Phoenix, Arizona, and etc., Nevada. And they're going to use, because of the summer season, we're low on water, not knowing that these AI data centers is sucking up all the water, okay? For they could power up their underground cities. If you know, there's been massive earthquakes in the West Coast. Like, not like massive, but like tremor after tremor after tremor after tremor. That's coming from the underground cities. I'm just speaking as a man. That's how I see it, man, okay? So these AI data centers, she may have a point, is powering up these underground cities. So what is Esau gonna do because of the water drought? They're gonna start pushing laws. They're gonna start pushing laws that you only could use the water twice a week to take showers, or 3 times a week. Who knows? Whatever they're gonna push, they're gonna put it into law, okay? And everything's gonna be tracked with your digital ID. How much usage you're gonna use. You see the gameplay? You see the gameplay? If you don't see it, you may see it later on. But, hey, this is where we're coming with the scriptures. All right, so this is Isaiah, the 10th chapter, verse 1. Isaiah 10, verse 1, and it reads, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Woe unto who? The lawmakers, okay? Mean destruction upon you. Who's the lawmakers on this earth? Esau, Edom, all right? Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. All right, and what they're going to prescribe is going to be grievousness to the American people, but makes is going to be geared on you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans, and similar Indians. It's geared against us, man. Okay, to weed us out. All right, because they said if you don't have the digital ID, you're gonna be excluded out the system. Now that's just the digital ID. What happens when we get to the chip? The RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. What now, huh? What are you going to do? So let's read. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and they may be robbed of the fatherless. So guess what? This is really attacking the poor. Because who surrounded those cities over there by them AI data centers? The poor, okay? And you got some of Edomites out there that has land, and their waters are being poisoned by these AI data centers. All right, so they're gonna start pushing these treacherous, grievous laws against our people, saying, "Oh, it's a drought. We need to save water." No, they need to save water for their data centers, man. That's what it's about. Okay, so let's go to Isaiah 32. Isaiah 32. Isaiah 32. Verse 7. Verse 7. The book of Isaiah 32, verse 7. And it reads, the instruments also of the cherub are evil. And guess what? Them AI data centers are evil. But guess what? Guess who created and put that ideal to the mind of these Edomites? The Lord. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right? To what? To fulfill prophecy. All right? The instruments also of the cherub are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. We have a job. We need to save water. No, you need to save water for your data centers because you're sucking up everything. That's what's going on. So you're going to push these laws, lying words to the people that we have droughts because the summer season is here. All right, so let's read. Even when the needy speaketh right. So, yeah. So they can power up their underground cities. So what? Guess what? It's going to be destroyed by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. See, people think, oh, we're earthquake proof. But you don't understand the cause and effect what nuclear missiles and the chariots of the Mossad can do. Okay? Because it causes a chain reaction. All right? You have volcanoes. You have other things, man, that can rip this place apart, man. Especially these, the pipelines that has oil and gas that could explode into fire. See, people don't think about that, man. All right? So let's go to the book of Amos, the prophet Amos, all right? 9th chapter, all right? The 9th chapter, verse 2. Though they dig into hell, it is not talking about your spiritual hell where you have a man with horns in his head with a pitchfork. No. When it says they dig into hell, it's talking about the ground. That's what it's talking about, the ground. Though they dig into hell, then shall mine hand take them. What does it mean by my hand take them? The Lord's army, okay? His angels, his chosen elect. That's gonna have spiritual power. Guess what? We, Lord willing, we're that elect. We gonna dig these devils out the underground, man. And guess what? But in America, you're gonna be destroyed. See, they had this vain imagination, like when everything's gonna be destroyed, now they're gonna come out like a bunch of rats out of these holes, and then they're gonna start over with a great reset. Now it's not gonna happen. All right, that's why I says though they dig into hell. What it means? They're underground bases. They're underground, deep underground bunkers, deep underground military bases, like military bases, like Mount Weather, Mount Cheyenne, and other regions throughout the earth. Okay, these elites gonna be hiding underneath like rats they are. But guess who's gonna get them out of there? The Lord. All right. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, you know, those space stations, so to say, or their doomsday plane. They climb up to heaven, thence I will bring them down. The Lord's gonna bring you down, man. Okay, it doesn't matter where you hide, the Lord's gonna seek you out and you're gonna be destroyed and sent into captivity, man. All right, so let's get with another scripture. I want to end it with Revelation, the book of Revelation, the New Testament. Revelation, 6th chapter, verse 15. Revelation 6, verse 15. So we go in Spanish, it says El Libro de Apocalipto. That means the book of Revelation. All right. So this is on Revelation 6, verse 15. And the kings of the earth and the great men, the kings of the earth is representing the elites. All right. That's running this whole earth, the wicked. All right. And the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men, such as Trump and these bottom feeder rich men, they're going to be hiding. All right. And a perfect example was Greenland. See, everybody had a certain number. They get alerted through their TV screens. Yo, you got to report here, report. That's an idea, okay? And the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains, mean your generals, your admirals that has military minds, and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens in the rocks, meaning what? In their deep underground bunkers, man. All right, they hid in the mountains too. All right, let's read. hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne. Who's that talking about? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahweh. And from the wrath of the Lamb. Who's the Lamb? Which he English called Jesus Christ. Yahweh Shai. See, that they know what's coming. They know who's coming here. Okay? But they have in their vain imagination, they think they're going to defeat the Lord. They think the Lord's going to go away after the shit is destroyed. Now they're going to come out like rats out of their holes and start their, they have their great reset. People have no idea that the great reset is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and the elect. Plain and simple. All right? For the great day of his wrath is come, judgment day, and who shall be able to stand? Nobody. The only ones that's going to stand is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and the elect. Plain and simple. All right? So, you don't have to believe it. We don't care. You know, like how Stephen A. Smith said it. And I'm sorry to tell you, man, but you know what? We don't care. We're going to push out these prophecies, if you like it or not. Till then, another video. Shalom.